Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm currently in a church setting up for service tomorrow. Today's Saturday, and I want to show you guys how I've set up the in-ear monitor for the band. As you can see on stage, there are no wedges on stage, no stage monitors, because the band uses in-ear monitors. And I'll be mixing the in-ear monitors as well as the front of house speakers. But I just want to show you how I've set my in-ear monitor setup and why I've set it up that way. So let's check it out. So we're using the Beringer P1 headphone amplifier, and as you can see here, I've connected from outputs from the stage box and the mixing console, depending on what I'm connecting from. But in this setup, I've connected for the keyboard. This is the keyboard in-ear monitor. I've connected from the stage box, and I've made a stereo connection. So I connected from two outputs there. One is the left and one is the right into the P1. Why I like the P1 for two things. First of all, it's a stereo connection, unlike some more other Beringer headphone amplifiers or some cheap one you find out there. They just have options to make one connection, but with this one you can connect a left and a right, and it's also powered. So it's either you use a battery here, this is the battery bay, or you connect it to power. What we've done here is to connect it to power so that we don't have to change batteries all the time, and this is fixed. And then you've got a balance knob, which I usually keep in the middle, and the volume knob for with which the keyboard player in this situation controls his volume, and the headphone port here. The reason why we go for a stereo in-ear monitor as opposed to a mono one, although setting up mono is cheap, you just need one output from your console or from your stage box, and everything is just one cable. But that's not very good in my opinion, because when you're having in-ear monitor, if you can afford a stereo setup, you should definitely go for a stereo setup, because we tell volume by comparing the way our brain works in being able to tell how loud a sound is by comparing the two signals, or the two sound we hear. Keep using signals, comparing the volume of what we hear, comparing it from both ears. So one relative to the other tells us how loud what we're hearing is, and also the direction from or what direction the sound is coming from. So that reference is very important when the brain compares the sound coming to one ear from the other ear. It's a kind of protection mechanism for us, so we don't get the sound too loud. If you listen to a mono mix where everything is the same in both ears, you're unable to tell. Your brain is strict, and it's unable to tell when the sound becomes too loud for you. So it's very important to use a stereo mix when you're doing in-ear monitor. Also, a stereo mix is always better than a mono mix in terms of enjoyment, where you want to enjoy the mix, because you have like a 3D space in your brain in terms of the sound you hear. So for a mono mix, you're able to bring something forward and backward in terms of volume. So what is louder is what is more present in the mix. But that's for a mono mix. But with a stereo mix, you are able to do that. So you bring something in front of the mix by volume. You're also able to bring something in front of the mix by panning. So what is panned in the middle sounds more dominant than what is panned left or right. So that gives you like a sense of special audio, and is very, very important for your musicians, for you to give them a stereo mix. So here we've done stereo mix. I've connected left and right in here, and I've set it up for the keyboard player. We've got one as well for the bass player, and then we've got another one for the drummer in there. We have just three instrumentalists here. The choristers, or the choir, and the pastor here, they use stage monitor wedges in front, and they don't need the headphones. And we've made all of this wired. It's very cheap to have a wired setup if you kind of are transitioning from using monitors on your stage to in-ear monitors. You can make a wired setup. Keyboard is stationary, the bass player is stationary, and the drummer, he's stationary as well. So something like this will work. So I want to show you how I've put my mix together, and hopefully get a demonstration on how I've also set up my Talkback microphone, and a Talkback microphone as well for the instrumentalist. So in this setup, we've got one Talkback microphone for the keyboard player, because he's the MD here, and I guess he's able to speak to the rest of the band, and the rest of the band are able to communicate with him with hand gestures. And I've also set up a Talkback microphone in the mixing console as well, which I will show you guys, where I can communicate with the band, and where I'm able to hear them when they want to speak to me concerning something, because I'm not just mixing the house, I'm mixing their ears as well. So that's what we want to get to, and I'll show you that before I wrap up the video. Yeah, so this is our drummer, David. I'll put a link to his channel and his socials here, so you guys should check him out. I've plugged in a microphone into a talkback session here, so I'm able to communicate with the drummer. I want to test with the drummer, and here's my microphone. What happens here, I'm using the SQ, and the way this mixer works is these are the mixes. So this is the main mix, main house, left and right, and these are the mixes, our auxiliaries in some mixing console. The drummer is in mix 1, and when I hit this mix 1 button, all the input becomes sense on fader. So whatever I mix here is what the drummer hears. I don't know if you can see this. This is the kick. These are the instruments. I've given the drummer kind of like a normal mix of himself, which are the drums, some instruments, and then the loop. The drummer is over there, and I have my talkback to speak to him if I want to talk to him. And for the rest of this video, I just want you to hear what the drummer hears. It's gonna be the drums and the loop anyway. So let me try the talkback. Check 1 2. Can you hear me, David? Oh, nice. So let me unmute the loop and just give it a go.